Hi everyone, Kyra Schaefer here, and I was thinking about this thing that happens sometimes in therapy and things like that, where you're going to a therapist and you want to get answers, and they're kind of just saying something like, well, what do you think you should do? Or they say something like, how does that make you feel? And to me, these are great questions to ask because what they're doing is they're assuming that you have the ability to find within yourself the answers. Okay, so I want to get into it because when I was watching a little short, Jonah Hill was mentioning something like to his therapist, we want our therapist to give us our advice, and we want our friends to just listen. But what happens is that it can be the opposite, where the therapist listens and the friends give advice, and sometimes that advice is right on and sometimes not so much. And so, because it's passing through their own filter, and if their filter is unhealed with that particular topic that you're working on, it makes it kind of hard, right, to really adhere to the advice they're giving, especially if it's coming from an unhealed place. So the first thing I'd like you to do is just take a step back and realize what's really happening is that therapist is trusting you to find your own answers, because how often does that friend give advice and you immediately dismiss it, or that friend gives advice and it's unsolicited? So you're not really in a free place to be able to go, oh, I just want to be able to have my choices. So this is a way that the therapist is offering you an opportunity to have your choices and have your own thoughts around what you're experiencing. So we don't want to dismiss that. I think it's really important. It's really valuable. And to recognize that you are being trusted to know yourself, because that therapist has got enough education to know what you need to do, how you need to do it, and what you should be doing in the process. But they also have got enough education to know when it's time for you to find your way. The other thing that can happen here is that if you offer an opinion or an idea to that person that's helping you with this, and helpmate that's not passing it through other types of judgment filters, but passing it through knowledge around personal development, is that understanding that there are times when you work it out for yourself, and then they can gently correct or adjust different belief systems that you've been holding on to that have been actually really limiting. So you have an opportunity to actually expand, and then they can offer tidbits here and there without saying you should do this or you should do that. And I think that that's a really good place to understand about yourself and about who's helping you develop in this way. There have been times where people have come to me in the past and they've said, well, what would you do? And I'll just do whatever you tell me to do. Just fix it. And I would say to them, honestly, you don't want to do what I would tell you to do or what I would do for myself. You don't necessarily, and may not even be ready for what I would suggest. And they were like, I don't know about that. Go ahead. Tell me, what would you do? And I'm like, well, I would leave that job, that career, that person, that situation immediately and start getting healed around it. And they're like, oh, no, I can't do that yet. And so it's normal for us to go, yeah, but I just want you to fix this. And believe me that if you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing, they're going to ask you how you feel about those things. They're going to ask you, what would you do? Because they want to see where those places are that still need adjustment, and then adjust you naturally. Because it's easy for us to go, well, I'm not doing that, and then completely discount what's going to happen next. So take your time as you're healing, as you're developing, as you're growing, as you're adjusting, as you're realigning, as you're getting clear about who you are and what you want in this experience. Go ahead, tell them how you feel about that thing. Go ahead, tell them what you would do next in the situation, and allow them to help you just gently course correct along the way. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again. See you later.